Hi students, my name is Samuel Chukwu Emeka. In this video we shall use technology to determine descriptive statistics. We shall be using the technology that we have on a computer machine and on my website to find some descriptive statistics of data. The presentation, the PowerPoint presentation, will be on my website www.samdomforpeace.com. Sorry about my change in voice. I am still recuperating. So that is our objectives. We shall use technology to find some descriptive statistics, and we shall be concerned with only ungrouped data. What do I mean by ungrouped data? Data that does not have classes. Okay, data that has not been organized into classes. That is what I mean by ungrouped data. It's raw data. Now it can be in a table, but it has not yet been organized into classes, whereby we have a class interval and class size. So any data you see that way is ungrouped data. So the descriptive statistics that we shall find a mean, or the sample mean. When we talk about mean, is the sample mean, that is the X bar. Then the population mean, that is a Greek letter. The population mean is called the mu. The mu, that's a Greek letter, mu. Then the median is the X meander. The mode is the X hat. The variance is the same thing as sample variance, which is a lowercase letter s raised to the second power, or s squared. Then population variance, which is that is also a Greek letter. It is known as the small sigma, all squared. The standard deviation, or the sample standard deviation, small s, small letter s. And then population standard deviation, small letter sigma. The mean absolute deviation, MAD. Please don't be mad at me. The coefficient of variation, or some textbooks call it coefficient of variance, CV. And then the range. So these are the descriptive statistics we will find. Now, the technology that we'll use, we shall see which one finds which. So what technology shall we use? We are going to use a Windows-based technology. I have a Windows machine here, Windows PC. So and I have these Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Mathematics 4.0. That is a program that you can get for free from Microsoft. Then the calculator on your machine, on your computer machine. Then Pearson StatCrunch. I know the Pearson StatCrunch is what you have on my MATLAB. And then the IBM SPSS. I also have it on my machine. Then the web-based technology will be there are several links to very nice calculators that I placed on my website. So we shall visit my website, www.samdomforpeace.com, to see how those calculators work. Those calculators are really, really good. I use them myself. So now I want to make a note at this point that the things that we will use here, there are some of them that will find a lot of the descriptive statistics, and there are some that will not find a lot. We will just see their capabilities. Yeah, but if you if you don't, if you don't have like something like Microsoft Excel, you have to buy the software. If you don't have money for it, then just use the links to the calculators on my website. It's a web-based technology. Anywhere you have internet, you can use those. Once you log into my website, you get to the page and use the calculators. It's free. Excel is you have to buy it. I know you will still need it sometime if you're a statistics major. Microsoft Mathematics is free, so that one you don't need to buy it, provided you have a Windows machine, Windows operating system. I don't know whether they probably might have a version for Mac. I don't know. But I will talk about it when we get to that. Then the calculator on your computer machine, of course, it's free. It comes with your machine. Then Pearson StatCrunch and IBM SPSS will give you trial periods, Now for the StatCrunch, if you have access to MyMathLab, you should also have access to the StatCrunch. The IBM SPSS is not free, but you can get a trial period for 30 days, I believe. So you will also learn how to use it. Now for the IBM SPSS, unless if you're a statistics major, like finance major, especially this advanced statistics, then this is the current technology they use now, the SPSS and the StatCrunch. Okay, now we are going to go through these technologies, and it's going to take us a little time because I don't want to rush it. I would not go through it in order. Like I might do one of the Windows, then I'll do one of the web, something like that. The way I listed it must not be done in order that way. Okay, let's get started. So example 1, you might want to write this down in your notebook or your paper. Find the descriptive statistics of those numbers there. It is 12 of them if you count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 12 data that we have. It is not organized into classes. So it is an ungrouped data. It is not grouped into classes. Type your answer as an integer or as a decimal rounded to 2 decimal places. Yeah, this means that if your answer is an integer, straight on, you write your answer as an integer. Then if your answer resulted in a decimal, then you have to round it to 2 decimal places. So let's see what we can do here. Let's start with Excel. And remember, this is our objectives is to find all these descriptive statistics. So I have all the things open up here on the taskbar so that it won't the video won't be that long. So I just have Excel right here. Now in Excel, I'm going to show you 2 functions you will use. One is the data analysis function, which a lot of you know or might be familiar with, and the other is the function right here, fx function here. Okay, let's see what they do anyway. Now for the data analysis function, you have this menu bar, and what you want to do is the data. Remember that in descriptive statistics we want to find like a summary statistics of the data. So we are supposed to have a data analysis here when you click on data here on the menu bar, but we don't have any data analysis here. So it might be an Excel add-in. So how do we get this add-in to be here? We click on the Office button, the round button you see here. Now the Excel version that I'm using is 2007. Yeah, please don't call me old. There is not it's not really much change between the 2007 and 2010 regarding what we are doing here. Regarding what we are doing here, I have 2010 on my laptop, but this I'm working this on my desktop. So it's mostly the what for this lesson is almost the same thing on what both of them will give you. I think with 2010, the add-ins, the Excel options is not here. I think it's probably here, if I'm very correct. I don't know. But here, when you 2007, when you click on the Office button, the Excel option is right here, right here. So you click on Excel options, and when you click on it, you click on add-ins. You find add-ins here, and you see this inactive application add-ins analysis 2 pack. So analysis 2 pack is what you want to add. You click analysis 2 pack, and not really clicking it anyway, but the main thing you want to do is to come over here, right, and where it says manage Excel add-ins. You know, you can manage Excel add-ins or COM add-ins or those, but we are concerned with Excel add-ins. You make sure this is selected by default anyway. Manage Excel add-ins, and you click go. When you click go, you see the add-ins that are available, right? And we want to check this analysis 2 pack, and once we check that box, we click OK. So we now see the data analysis right here. You see it right here, right away. And of course, if you want to remove it, it's still the same process. You go to Excel options, you go to add-ins, you go to manage add-ins, you uncheck it, you click OK, and it goes. So let's put it back. Add-ins, go, check this option. Okay. All right. So the next thing we want to do is we want to we've installed our add-ins. So what we want to do now is we want to type in the data. Okay. So let's go ahead and type in the data we have here. You see the data we have here. Let's go ahead and type it in. This our data here. Now this is a single variable data. What do I mean by single variable? It is like this might be, let's say that this data is maybe the amount of the number of customers that visits a restaurant on a particular day. Okay, maybe they took the statistics over some days. So that is just a single variable data, just a single variable. We don't even have this is just the X. Okay, so this should not be in 2 columns. It shouldn't be in 2 columns. It should just be in 1 column, since it's just single variable data. So we have a 105, we have 102, 95, 113, 112, 103, 97, 110, 101, 115, 116, and 110. So this is 12 pieces of data, right? So we make sure it's 12 here. This is what you want to always make sure when you enter your data in Excel, to make sure that the sample size is 12 here. That is equivalent to the sample size here, 12. Okay, so you want to go straight ahead and do data, click on data analysis, and when you click on it, you have several options here. Analysis tools. You want to select descriptive statistics right here, descriptive statistics, and you click OK. When you click OK, it asks you for your input range, right? So you want your input range here to be 1. You just click that and you hold on to it and you drag it to 12, right? A1 to A12 will be the cell, right? The cell range. And group by columns, you leave it that way. Now the output options, you want it to appear on a new worksheet ply. So we are going to see another worksheet, probably sheet 4. Now this is sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So probably sheet 4 will be created here. We leave it as a new worksheet. And we want to select summary statistics. For this video, we are not concerned about the confidence level. We just leave it. We just select summary statistics and we click OK. And we probably want to space it out. So we want to kind of drag it to see it very well. You hold on to this, drag it to see it well. So this is what it gives us. It gives us the mean, standard, mean, median, mode, standard deviation, sample variance, and range. You see, it didn't give us everything that we needed here. It did not, right? It gave us some of it, but it didn't give us every one of it. So this is just sample. Like this mean is sample mean that it gave us. Okay, the 106.58. The standard deviation is the sample standard deviation. The variance is the sample variance. Okay, so but when we go here, we need population mean, we need we need population variance, population standard deviation. Now, but we don't get it here. So how do we get the population variance and population standard deviation? How do we get it? We have another way to get it. So we go back to the, here you have your sheets, and you go back to sheet 1 to find your data. And let's say maybe we want to, here, let's make this kind of bit bigger. So maybe here we want our sample standard deviation. We're going to use another thing in Excel to get this. We will compare this sample standard deviation and the next one here on 17. We will want a population standard deviation. Then here we might want a sample variance, and here we want a population variance. Okay, we're gonna get this here, and let me just let me kind of expand this. Okay, so the next function I want to introduce you to is this function right here. You see fx. Remember, what we just did here is the data analysis, descriptive statistics. Now, when we get back to our sheet 1, we want to use this function fx. So you click on it. Now, let me talk briefly about this function. This function, the insert function, it says here, type a brief description of what you want to do and click go. So if we type something like median and we click go, so it gets us median. You see that? And let's kind of go ahead and find the median of this. For instance, assuming we find the median, although we placed sample standard deviation here, assuming we placed median to be here, assuming we come here and we write median, for instance, and we want our answer to be here. Wherever you want your answer to be, that is where you place your cursor. So type a brief description of what you want and select go. type median, and you click go. It gives you, selects median, and you click OK, and then the number you want to select is, you click here, and then you drag it up to here, right, A1 to A12. And as you're doing it immediately, you see that's one nice thing here in this, when you put in these function arguments. As you're doing it right away, you see that median is 107.5 right away. I mean, formula result 107.5. I mean, please, this is not the this is not a radio station that you listen to, music station that we listen to. It's just coincidence. Okay, 107.5, and you click OK. It gives you that. Now let's see whether that was correct. If we go to sheet 4, and this median, you see that it's 107.5 right here. Okay, that's one. Now you probably don't want to come and start typing this as if maybe you're doing some searches, right? You can select a category right here, and when you click this drop down here, you'll see that most recently used, all this, you see several stuff here, and when you look at it, you want to select the one that is of your interest. Statistical. You click statistical. You may play with the rest later on, okay? Now you select a category, statistical, and you look for standard deviation. Let's go ahead and look for standard deviation here. So you see STDEV. STDEV. This is based on a sample. This is a sample standard deviation, and then STDEVP is the population standard deviation. So let's go ahead and find this stuff. You know, that's one good thing about this one, is that it finds both the sample and the population as well. So we click STDEV, and we click OK, right? And then it asks us for the number. We want to select this and drag it up to this, and if we do it right away, it gives this to us right away, 7.051219. You see, 7.051219,538. And if we go to the sheet 4, that's the sample standard deviation we have here. See that? So now let's go ahead and find the population. For the population, we click the FX. Remember, where you have your answer to be is where you have to put this in, right? So you click on that, and you go to, it's still on statistical, which is good. You go to STDEVP. And you see, as you do this, you know, when you click on several of them, it tells you, like STDEVA. Some of you might ask, what is it? You see, if you read this, it tells you what it does. Estimate standard deviation based on sample, including logical values and text. This is if you have text values. Now, this is entire population, but it ignores logical values and text because we have only numbers here. Okay, this video we are concerned with only numbers, integers. So that tells you that, and then you when you're done, you've selected it, you just click OK, and then you come over here and you click this and you drag to select here, and right away it tells you the population standard deviation right away, 6.75. This, you know, it didn't, the population standard deviation wasn't included here, but here it tells you that. Now the same thing with variance. If you come over here, variance is VAR. VAR is the sample one that ignores logical values and text. Click on it and you make sure you select this, and it gives it to you for the 9.719 something. Now if you go here, you see 49.719,69697. You see that here. Then the population variance, we click on it. Population variance is VAROP, the one that ignores logical values and text in the population, right? So you click OK, and then you want to select this from here, and that gives you a population variance. And of course, if you square this, if you square the sample standard deviation, you will have the sample variance. And if you square the population standard deviation, you have the population variance. I mean, that's the formula. So this is what Excel will do for you here. Now, so far, this is what it will give you. These are the things it can give you from here, both of them, here and this. Okay, now let's try a web-based technology, and that is my website. Let's try at least one link on my website. So we go to, let me use Firefox for this. I open up Firefox and I go ahead and type in www.samdownforpeace.com. So you click on my picture to enter, and you click on my picture to enter. You click on here, you click on mathematics. Okay, when you click on mathematics, you want to click on finite/discrete math. When you click on finite and discrete math, for your class, for your course, this is where I will be posting videos. I've done some of it. The measures of central tendency is here, so probably I'll have to bring it here so that you view it. But I want to bring out this column for your class, for your videos. And then once you come in here, you go to resources. You click on resources, and then you see this is the column I brought out for you for using in this class for technology. So the first one, we're going to use the first 5 for this video. We shall use the first 5. Okay, this first 5 is what we will use for this video. So the first one I will talk about is the Alcula calculator. Super. I mean, seriously, for me to call it super, you should know why I call this super, and I placed it first. Now, I don't know who the Alcula is, but it is a very nice calculator. And if you want to view this, maybe you speak another language, I put up the Google language here if you want to convert this language. So Alcula calculator super, right? Let's click on it. Okay, when we click on it, we come to the home page, and what you want to do is to click on calculators. When you click on calculators, you click on statistics, the statistics calculator. Okay, I see this mouse is shaking, but let's continue. We click on statistics calculator, right? And when you come to statistics calculator, just click on the first one, central tendency and dispersion. Use these calculators to compute measures of location and then measure indices of dispersion. So click on it, central tendency and dispersion. Now, why I call this super is it can give you from population and from sample. I mean, it is really, really good. Like, you tell where your data is from. Is your data from population, which means you want to find out the population mean, population standard deviation, population variance, and the rest of them, or is it for sample? So we're gonna test it with both of them, but by default it brings you to population. So we'll go ahead and type in our data right away. Now it says enter comma separated data, numbers only. So this will only do numbers. So 105, 102, 95, 113, 112, 103, 97, 110, 101, 115, 116, 110. So now you don't put in the last, and count this first. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, you don't put comma after the last one. No, you don't do that. Okay, because if you do that, you might get a wrong answer. So remove the comma after the last one. You just leave it as 110. This is 1. And remember, we left this as population, right? You click submit data. Excuse me. And it gives you, you see, this is the population mean. You see that is the population mean. Then you see the median 107.5, mode is 110. Now, if you compare this with the Excel, you see median 107.5, mode is 110. The population mean is this. You see, it gives you the same thing when you compare it, and it even gives you more. You see, it gives you the variance, the standard deviation. Then it gives you MAD, mean absolute deviation. See that? Okay, let's say that our data is from sample. Assuming our data is from sample, right? You just, all you need to do is to just, you see it was here population, and I just check sample and click submit data. That's it. You see now this is our X bar. Now the mean, sample mean, the standard deviation, the variance, they are now changed. Right away on the same page, right away. If it's population, you click population. Our standard deviation is 6.75 something. If you check your Excel, 6.75 population standard deviation. See that? And you just click sample and you submit data, and it gives it to you. You see why I said the Aquila calculator is super. Okay, let's talk about another one, easy calculation calculator, and I call this very great. Now, let me, because I might not need to type in all this data, let me right click here, open link in new tab. I called it very great. Okay, let's see why I called it very great. So when you, I just wanted to open link in new tab, you see this is the calculator. It has several other things like algebra, calculus. You just want to scroll down here and find statistics calculators. And when you click on statistics calculators, it kind of broke it down, organized it. The first one is mean median mode. The next one is standard deviation calculation. So let's start with mean median mode. And mean median mode is, I said, enter all numbers separated by a comma. I wouldn't come and start wasting time. I'll just copy this, right click, copy, and I'll come over here and paste it. Paste. Like I said, don't put in comma after the last one. You do that, you get a wrong result. Do not, at the last number, leave it. Okay, so once you just enter it, you see the way they entered it. You just click calculate, and it gives you the mean, gives you the median. If you observe here, you see the median is 107.5. This is whenever you have data, our data count is even. The sample size is 12. That's an even count, even number count. So the median will be the middle two numbers divided by 2 when you arrange it in ascending order or descending order. And this calculator even arranges the order for you. It has already arranged the data in ascending order. Gives you the count, the sample size, tells you the mean, tells you the median, tells you the mode. And this is easycalculation.com. The link is on my side right here. I said very great. Okay, let's go ahead and do the standard deviation. That's the second one. Click on it, and of course we enter our data, Control V, and you click calculate. Now, one nice thing also here is that it gives you both the sample standard deviation and the population standard deviation. Then it gives you the sample variance and the population variance. Isn't that cool? But you know, here they give us the MAD, mean absolute deviation, and the range also here. Remember, our target is to find all these. So this is the second link on my side for that. Now let's look at the third one, Number Empire Calculator. Let me right click and open link in new tab. Number Empire, I said is great. Okay, let's see what is great about it. Now when you come to Number Empire Calculator, you see all these calculators, right? And you know, this is just writing the code. Writing this code in programs like Java, Visual Basic, C#, C, C#, C++. Probably writing all these codes there. You can write your own calculator. We want statistics calculator. So I click here, statistics calculator, and here it says enter numbers separated by space, comma, or new line. You know, if I have this option, I would like to just enter new line. If I have this option, so I'm typing 105, 102, 95, 113, 112, 103, 97, 110, 101, 115, 116, 110. Okay, so these are, I count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then I select what I want to find here. That's the nice thing about it. I want to find the mean, median, range, variance. Now, these folks, the corrected variance, that's one nice thing about this calculator, Number Empire. That's nice. The corrected variance is what they call the population population variance. Then the corrected standard deviation is what they call corrected the population standard deviation is what they call corrected standard deviation. One nice thing about these folks is that they have the coefficient of variation. You know, the coefficient of variation is the standard deviation divided by the mean. I think so. So one nice thing about it is that they have the coefficient of variation. So once you finish here, you click compute, and it gives it to you right away. Oh, we didn't uncheck skewness, but anyway, we don't need that, but that's fine. So we put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You always want to make sure that your sample size is always correct. So this is the mean, this is the variance, this is the corrected variance, which I told you is the population. Right? Let's check it. 49.719 in Excel. Population variance. Oh, sample variance. Okay, my bad. Now the variance now please be careful about this side. Okay, the corrected variance is the sample variance, and then the variance is the population variance. That's the way Note it. Sample variance is 49.719, right? So 49.719697. Their sample variance. You see that? So the variance is 45 point this. They refer to the variance as the population variance, 45.576. Okay. So take note of that. The same thing with standard deviation. They refer to standard deviation as the population standard deviation, 6.751. And then this corrected standard deviation to be sample standard deviation, 7.05. So yeah, take note of it. The good thing about this is that it gives the coefficient of variation. I think when you kind of do this, if you divide standard deviation by the mean, you should get that. Let's check it out and see. This is my calculator here. Now your calculator, we'll talk about it anyway later on. Standard deviation 6.7510229 divided by the mean 106.58333. Yeah. Oh, that is they probably used, okay, I used the population instead of, I used the population, you use the sample to do that. Please take note of all these, okay? If you're gonna use this calculator, be very careful to know which one is the corrected and which one is the sample. The sample is the corrected, and that's what you use to find the coefficient of variation. This 7.05122 divided by 106.583333. Okay, you see that 0.06615. So excuse me. So always use the corrected. The corrected is the sample, just know that. Okay, but everything is correct. Median, mean, mode. Okay, didn't give mode. Did we select mode? Oh, it doesn't give mode. Okay, so that is the thing with the number empire. Okay, now the next one is statistic calculator, and I called it great. Let's see what is great about it. So this was actually done by a German. You know, this was actually done by a German, and it gives you the option to upload file, which is pretty good. It gives you the option to upload a file, which is pretty good. You know what? Let me. Okay, let me stop right here and use a calculator on your computer, and then in the second video, because this video might be too long, I think it's probably going over an hour, so let me kind of I'm going to talk about the last two in my second video, but let's do one Windows based technology. Let's do the calculator on your computer machine. So in the next video, we'll now finish up. So I click the calculator here. This is the calculator on your computer machine. Now, how do you find this? When you go to the start button and type in calculator, it comes like this first. The calculator on your computer machine comes like this, right? So what you want to do is you go to view, and you want to change it to scientific. You have this, but here let me change it to statistics. So I need my data, so let me use this data, and I bring this up. So in this case, in statistics, this wouldn't give you much. This gives you just the sample mean x bar, then it gives you the sample and sample variance and the population variance. I'm sorry, did I say variance? It gives you the sample standard deviation and the population standard deviation, not the variance, I mean. Okay, so let's see how it works. So we say 105, we enter the data. You enter 105, click add, that is count 1, data 1. You enter 102, add 2, data 2, 95, add data 3, 113, add count 4, data 4, 112, add count 5, 103, add count 6, 97, add count 7, 110, add count 8, 101, add count 9, 115, add count 10, 116, add count 11, 110, add count 12. Make sure it's 12 counts. Okay, and you just want to click here to give you the mean right away. This is the mean. If you check it, that's the mean. And this is the 6.75 is the population standard deviation. Let's make sure. Population standard deviation, see that 6.75 gives you that. And then that's the sigma subscript n. Sigma, the small sigma, this is a small sigma. Subscript n is the population standard deviation, and the small sigma subscript n minus 1 is the sample standard deviation, 7.05. See that right here. Okay, and then when you square it, you get the variance, population variance, and the sample variance. So this is what this gives you. Okay, I would like to stop the video right here, and I'm gonna do part 2 right away. So watch out for part 2. In part 2, we shall talk about the Pearson StatCrunch, IBM SPSS, Microsoft Mathematics, and we shall finish up these 2 links here on the website. Thank you so much, students, for listening, and you have a great day.